Oh, from Southern Ontario, I believe it's June 12th. So, in my research with the World Economic Forum, I've always been left a little frustrated, wondering kind of who holds more power, what the command structure is. And we have the Foundation Board and the Board of Trustees. I think an insight into the command structure lies in who sits on these boards. Because if you go to the World Economic Forum and read their sales pitch on what each board is, it's vague. I couldn't really kind of get a grasp on who has more power. And, typical WEF, psych op, we're great, you're lucky to have us, So anyways, the Foundation Board. Who we see sitting on the Foundation Board is the head of the United Nations, the IMF, the World Bank, and Mark Carney. George Soros, Bill Gates, some real power players, right? When we move to the Board of Trustees, we have people like Chrystia Freeland and Ursula von der Leyen, the Wicked Witch of the WEF I refer to her. She's the head of the EU Commission, which has a lot of power over the sovereign rights of the EU member countries. But that aside, we see the really big power players and the heads of, again, the UN, the IMF, the World Bank. So what I envision it is, and I'm going to use the American military command structure, which I'm a little vague on, I admit, so if I get a bit of it wrong here, forgive me, but the commander-in-chief is the president. He meets under times of, demanded by such, with the 5-star generals, the head of each, I'll say, division. I don't want to trip the algorithms here. And a game plan, if you will, is hatched. And so everyone then leaves the Pentagon to hand down the marching orders to the field generals, if you will, the 1- and 2-star generals, and so on. So the Foundation Board, is the Pentagon, and the Board of Trustees are, again, the commanders in the field, if you will. Let's take a look at Chrystia Freeland as an example. The Board of Trustees meets 4 times annually. So yeah, on our dime, Chrystia flies over there, gets handed the marching orders, flies back to Canada to the Privy Council in Ottawa. She's a member there, where she then hands out marching orders to people like, say, Sasha Trejabov, who heads the WEF's Behavioral Sciences BIT Nudge Unit, Behavioral Insight Team, just as an example. So, in summation, I'll point out to the last of my research, because positions may have changed since I last looked. Mark Carney is one of only 4 men in the world who sits on both the Foundation Board and the Board of Trustees. Oh, he's the Prime Minister of Canada. Trudeau was merely a young global leaders graduate. He was a puppet. Carney's a puppet master. Anyways, if it interests you, it did me. Well, in summation, I don't think any of them should have any power at all. That's why I make these videos. But anyways, if that's insightful,